Another week goes by without the world blowing up, so it's certainly not due to a lack of trying. And seeing how Civilization is only a few bad choices away from becoming the next Planet of the Apes reenactment, I figured now might be the perfect time to play some post-apocalyptic games. If anything, just to get some well-needed practice going for when the shit really hits the fan. And what better game to start than Ghostwire Tokyo, a first-person role-playing game that lets you wander around a haunted, desolate city while having the ability to fire laser beams out of your hands. Set in modern-day Japan, your standard Japanese horror protagonist this time around is Akira Izuki, your friendly neighborhood Asian college student with the ability to beat up Slender Man, speak with animals, and defy the rules of gravity, who gets possessed by a ghost during the rapture. I'm not quite sure if ghost possessions was a thing in the Bible, but hey, what do I know? It's not like I paid any attention in Catholic school, as I was pretty much a class heathen. Anyway, you end up as the only child left behind while the evil tosser that started this whole mess kidnaps your comatose sister to save his dead wife and child because of, reasons? Now, if you're finding the story a little too hard to follow, then don't worry, you're not alone. Heck, I tried explaining the plot to a stranger the other day, and he was so confused he practically burst into flames. But luckily for you, me, and about 95% of the rest of the world, the ghost who possessed you happens to know exactly what the hell is going on, as he was apparently an ex-government agent working in the Department of Supernatural Exorcism. And no, I'm not talking about the pansy kind employed by the Catholic Church that involves spraying sick people with bathtub holy water, no sir. For you see, that's not good enough for the developers of Ghostwire Tokyo, who went with the Ghostbusters approach of exorcism through disintegration weapons, a strategy that I personally approve. And so, you and Casper the Friendly Ghost must now scavenge the deserted city looking for answers to stop the mysterious baddie and perhaps accumulate enough wealth to purchase a new sister. The former of which can be completed via following the main story, while the latter can be achieved by killing mobs of roaming enemies, doing side quests, or discovering collectibles. And I know none of this sounds like it's revolutionizing the formula or anything, but it's the presentation that makes it stand out from the usual assembly line of sandbox games that gets farted out by AAA publishers on a yearly basis. The art style and level design in particular, just straight jacket wearing, NFT hoarding insane. Take this. One mission had me started searching for clues in an apartment complex, and a short moment later, I found myself trying to escape from a pocket dimension as the walls around me began to melt and a time bomb ominously counts down in the background. And this transition happened so smoothly that I honestly couldn't tell you where any significant changes occurred in the intervening time. So either the developer had experienced a gas leak during the day they were doing the level designs, or the local Starbucks employees had started slipping me LSD pills in my coffee again. But what's even more mind-boggling is the level of detail placed into the sandbox. This is the type of game that lets you interact with just about every spirit, shrine, animal, and phone booth on the map, while still expecting some sort of fun side content. So when it comes to the faffling about department, Ghostwire Tokyo really didn't cut any corners, and there are easily hours of fun to be had just going around exploring the map. Though I do wish the game doesn't hold me down for several minutes and pinpoint every single icon that I happen to pass by whenever I open my map, like it's afraid that I'll miss out on having fun or something. What does let the game down, however, is the combat, which on its own stands about as strong as a three-legged horse on his way to the glue factory. Outside of your super special awesome magic ghost powers, which only comes in 3 flavors, your only options are to shoot arrows or pass angry notes at your enemies. Thanks developers, but was it really too much to ask for a sword or something? And while the game does do a good job of throwing in some much needed stealth sequences and boss fights, there really was no challenge I faced that couldn't be solved by holding down the block button and munching down healing items. Your everything proof shield can reduce incoming damage to just a fraction of your health bar, and if timed correctly can stun lock your enemy, giving you enough time to finish your lunch and call in a tactical nuclear strike. Yeah, okay, you do have to be somewhat careful on deciding when to scarf down a healing item, as Akito apparently refuses to even so much nibble on a rice dumpling without first consulting the etiquette of fine dining. But once you do get used to the slow healing, the game might as well just fast forward you straight to the ending credits. All in all, I did rather enjoy Ghostwire Tokyo. I mean, say what you want about these Japanese games, but they're at least immersive. Spectacularly weird, certainly, but also immersive. And as much as I like to nitpick on the silliness of the writing that was essentially just there as a setup to a string of boss fights, the characters did eventually grow on me, partly because they were the only ones that could make sense of what the hell we were even doing, but also because they genuinely had good chemistry and did a good job of opening the world to what was essentially a fish out of water player character. What did rub me the wrong way was the completely pointless cosmetic outfits. Why precious development time was wasted on allowing players to wear a full-out VOD suit in a first-person game is a reason only known to Todd Howard, and I just hope future Tango Gameworks projects try to distance themselves from Bethesda's dumb ideas unless they want to end up putting out PR fires for the rest of their careers.